Right, guys, we're crap. Just lost to Leeds, giving them their first 3 points since, middle of August. And our ambitions for the season are pretty much over. I mean, Champions League is going to be the absolute best, and that's going to be a massive struggle now. Leeds, this is a massive result for them. I think that's their third win of the season. They're now on 12 points and are now out of the relegation zone. It's going to be a real close battle for survival this season. I'm not even going to say that Liverpool will be far from it at this point, because it feels like so far this season, every time Liverpool have had a disappointing result, it's always like, okay, it's just a one-off, it's just a bad run of form, it's just this, it's just that. It's no longer just this and that. Liverpool are failing against bang average teams. Liverpool so far this season have dropped points to Fulham, Crystal Palace, Everton, Brighton. Okay, Brighton are a decent team, to be fair. Nottingham Forest. Who else? And today, Leeds. Yeah, this is where Liverpool are. Liverpool have got 16 points from 12 games. That's an average of 1.3333333333 points per game. So 38 times 1.33333 is roughly 51. So Liverpool, as it stands, are looking at a mid-table finish. That's why they're 9th in the league at the moment. And to be honest, I can't see much change in the next couple of games, because there's not going to be any of the injured players that Liverpool are currently missing coming back. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if when they do come back after the World Cup, I'm referring to Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, who else are we missing? There's someone else, I'm sure. Joel Matip. When they come back, I'm not even that convinced they are going to make that much of a difference, to be honest. It's just, I can't even begin to work out, how we're going to fix the problem without rebuilding the squad, because the midfield at the moment isn't good enough. The defence isn't good enough at the moment. And the attack today just didn't take any of the opportunities they had. Darwin Núñez had a good chance in the second half. Salah had a couple of opportunities where he should have done better. Firmino as well. Liverpool had chances today, didn't take them. The only chance they took was in the first half, after we conceded a shocking goal. It was poor from Joe Gomez. I know that everyone's going to take the mick out of Alisson for slipping in this scenario, but I mean, if the pass from Gomez wasn't so poor, and he didn't even look where Alisson was to play the ball, then Alisson doesn't have to panic and try and recover the ball in an emergency situation. Rodrigo gets a tap in, 1-0 Leeds. Liverpool are on the back foot again. Concede the first goal in the game again for the 8th time in 12 games this season. 8 times in 12 games this season. That's a relegation statistic, conceding the first goal in 2/3 of your games. Liverpool got back into the game. They pushed forward a bit more. Robertson, by far Liverpool's best player today, was the only one looking to cause problems down the left-hand side for Liverpool. He set up the equaliser for Salah. It was a well-taken finish, in fairness to him, but just from then on, Leeds, you think Liverpool, right, just keep the pressure on, take the lead, gain control of the game. You're at home against a team who are in the relegation zone. Win the fucking game. yeah. Leeds had more shots than Liverpool at Anfield in the first half of the football match. Brendan Aronson hit the post. On another day, that goes in. It's just poor. It really is. Leeds, don't get me wrong, most of their players today were absolutely brilliant. A few I'd like to highlight were Meslier in goal, made some really good saves, but some of the saves he made, the Liverpool players shouldn't have given him a chance to save. Like, they should have been unsavable, some of the opportunities Liverpool had. Rasmus Christensen, I thought at right back was really good. Who else? Tyler Adams and Mark Rocker in midfield played well. Crescencio Somerville scored the winner. It was a really well taken finish, actually, with the outside of his foot to sort of just poke it into the bottom right corner. Sort of caught Alisson up by surprise, to be honest. He played really well. Aronson was causing all sorts of problems throughout the game. The only player I'd say looked a little bit shaky today for Leeds was Liam Cooper at his moments, but once again Liverpool failed to punish them. So yeah, Liverpool I think are a team who just need more fresh faces in the team, and there are a few players who are going to have a couple of months. Well, I mean the World Cup's it, but like are going to have not very long to prove themselves and try and keep their place in the team, because a lot of the players' performances right now just really aren't good enough. And I'm just trying to think of other things I need to point out that happened in the game. Trent Alexander-Arnold got subbed off in the 79th minute, right? I was thinking at the time, right, okay, well, why are we subbing Trent off here and bringing James Milner on? We do need to attack. But James Milner comes on, and I don't think he was at fault for the goal at all, but instantly just starts putting a foot in. I know, like, when Milner was on the pitch, that's when we lost the game or whatever, but at least he puts a foot in. Like, Alexander-Arnold just doesn't want to know some of the time in terms of getting back into position, winning a duel, or anything. It's really frustrating. Some of Liverpool's worst performers today, I'm not going to criticise him too much because he's been quite good this season, but Harvey Elliott didn't have a good game today at all. Firmino, I thought, wasn't quite his usual self. Who else? Gomez obviously was shocking. Fabinho as well, I thought was disappearing at times in midfield. The subs that Klopp brought on, they were all right. Jones, Henderson, they came on and played all right. Liverpool started to get on top again, but towards the end of the game, for the last 5 minutes, that's where Leeds got the goal. They just put the pressure on a little bit and scored. And throughout the game, I think Leeds, you could argue, it was probably an even game, but I think Leeds, you can't say they didn't deserve the win. They did play really well. I don't even know anymore. We've got Tottenham next week. Tottenham are a bit hit and miss at the minute. But I would like, with Heung-min Son running in behind our defence, it could just be chaos once again. And I'm not looking forward to that game, to be honest. Nor am I looking forward to work on Monday. Things need to change at Liverpool, and soon. Otherwise, we're just going to get left behind by the other top teams in the Premier League, like Man City, are obviously far and away. I know Arsenal are above them in the table, but City, throughout the past 5 years, they have been the dominant team, even if Liverpool have pushed them right to the wire sometimes. You've got Arsenal, who are getting better. United are looking like they're finally, after a few years of mediocrity, coming back to the surface of Champions League football. Chelsea, look at, I know they were poor today against Brighton, but it's under Graham Potter recently, they've looked really good. He's made a good start to his career at Chelsea. Tottenham, okay, they're sort of drifting a little bit at the moment, but yes, it's Liverpool need to do something and soon, and I'm not even sure I know myself what it is, because you can't fault Klopp in this instance, I don't think, because with the squad Klopp's got, he's trying absolutely everything. And okay, we're having the odd game here and there where we look really good, like the game against Manchester City. I thought we didn't look that great against Ajax in the week, so I'm not going to say that. But yeah, it's just really bizarre at the moment for Liverpool. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.